guys, I just got out of seeing Fantastic Four. And I would have done it in the theater, but the guy that was doing the custodian thing kind of was trying to kick me out in a way. Well, not really, but you know, it kind of was, and there was that implication there. But anywho, so I just want to do for my initial reaction for this is just, if you haven't seen the movie, this is gonna be spoilers, because I just want to just kind of go into, not that like the post-credit scene was like anything like groundbreaking, but it just still leaves you on the edge of your seat, and I can't help but have this thought in my head of that I need to see more. I need to see next. I need to see what happens next. And granted, like, I know we have next year, which is gonna be Avengers Doomsday, but I'm like, this has me excited. This is refreshing. Like, the MCU is getting this, it's getting this. Okay, never mind. I'm watching this truck over here, and I'm trying to stay in the shade as much as possible for here. This is exciting to have like this so much hype for the MCU. And I'm not gonna do the whole thing like everyone else has, where it's like the MCU's back. I feel like it's had its ups and downs, but I don't think it's been like gone or dead or back or anything. I just think it's had its studs, but I think the Fantastic Four, I can definitely say, is one that would get people excited. I mean, and not even just for that post-credit scene. I mean, come on, like Doom showing up all of a sudden out of the blue, and he has Franklin Richards in his hand. Like, I was like, no. I was like, I see where they're going with this, and it makes me excited because I feel like since Marvel announced that the Fantastic Four are going to be kind of more front and center for Avengers Doomsday, now this makes more sense, because not only is it we're dealing with Doctor Doom, their biggest arch nemesis, but I think it makes sense because now I feel like Doomsday is going to open up where we literally have Doctor Doom in that sequence, in that post-credit scene, and then Sue, Reed, Johnny, Ben, Franklin, and they leave that reality, so that way that Doom is on their tail, and then we cut to what happens in Thunderbolts with that post-credit scene with the Fantastic Four jet that the new Avengers saw, and then we're all caught up, I think. But this just is exciting. But not only that, but I do love that the Fantastic Four does kind of like take it back to it takes it back to that old 60s style, and I like that it went into that style, and Matt Shankman really has an eye for that nostalgic vintage sort of camera angle and that color scheme of how the 60s were. I mean, if you look at WandaVision, there's so many like nods of like all the different sitcoms throughout the years, and it's great that he kind of gets to helm a movie like this. I think it's great. I think it's in his wheelhouse. I was kind of excited to see what he would do, and I'm left content. I'm left satisfied with the results of what we got. So there will definitely be more in-depth thoughts about my review. Definitely with or without spoiling, this was a good time. This was a great time. I don't know if it was the best movie so far, but I think it would be up there. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know some spoilers. Let me know your spoiler thoughts, because this is gonna be like spoiler area territory and everything. And then you guys can also leave spoilers for the Fantastic Four movie review as well. But just do it with care and with kindness and respect. Try not to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen the film. But I think if you want to, actually, you know what? If you want to leave spoilers, leave them only here. If you're going to go comment stuff on my review, which I'll have later on, just comment regular, just thoughts, opinions, whatever else you have, all that great stuff. And I think that's pretty much it, honestly. It felt kind of weird. They did cut out John Malkovich's Red Ghost, I will admit that, which I feel like that wasn't like crucial, but it felt odd. I will admit that, because it's John Malkovich. You hired him and you had him be one of your villains you were supposed to have appear, and then all of a sudden, nowhere to be found. But at least they kind of like acknowledge it a little bit in a small sense, in a small detail. Not the biggest detail, but it's like, huh. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.